E pluribus unum. They changing climates and replacing humans and fracking soils while bulldozing forests. But they can't defeat us. They could not destroy us.
Are we dreaming the same dream of money, guns, and gasoline?
For the average team, CFOs are after cream. GMOs extracting genes with everyone on my TV.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Browns going up against the Dolphins. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to rain-soaked Miami, Florida. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Peterson alone in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Bradford on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. It's a nice catch there by Gary Barnidge, and there's no getting around it. The emergence of him has been nothing short of stunning, hasn't it?
Yeah, first 6 years, total 44 catches. Then at age 30 last year, he goes for 79.
Who says you don't get better with age?
Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. Looking for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play. They look for them to try it again later.
Here's Bradford. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 46. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 1st and 10, Tannehill out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Back to throw, Tannehill to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Bruce Irvin is an emotional, passionate player who lives to rush the quarterback.
He's got time in the pocket. And Stills over the middle. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, able to shed some tacklers, but it's all for naught.
Yeah, that doesn't even seem fair, does it? Because this guy was breaking tackles, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what he did. A really good effort by him, but give credit to the defense of giving up no gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Watch time.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Damian Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, Bradford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Gary Barnidge, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Tannehill on first down. And throw right side complete to Parker. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, here's Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
But he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. No, Ryan Tannehill slow to get up here. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So on now is the Miami punter, Matt Darr, to kick this one away. For the Browns, back deep is Corey Coleman. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. A second down throw for Bradford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. And he was able to find a very soft spot in that zone coverage.
I love that term, Brandon. That soft spot where you find the open area, set up, and catch the football before the hard collision comes afterwards.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Bradford on second down. And a Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Donald Butler in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Third and long for Bradford. Under pressure, they got him again. Earl Mitchell, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Landry. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Halfback sent in motion. More now. Drops it off for Coleman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. 5 yards left for the offense. It's second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. Now Moore. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And Cundiff able to knock it through, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st and 10, Bradford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now a second down throw for Bradford. Incomplete. The tight end, Gary Barnidge, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Let's see, the defense might bring some added pressure as the offense is dealing with a 3rd and long. Bradford from the gun on 3rd down. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Landry now on the return. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll look to throw. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
We'll see what his offense can do. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. 4th down. Here's RG3. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run it.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
Time running out here on the play clock. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Here's Matt Darr now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. A first down carry here for Johnson. Cuts it out to the sideline. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And once again, the Browns are back in front. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They send Parker in motion left. Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A very solid gain of 27. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. And they're definitely showing blitz here. It's Coleman here. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Really looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And that will make this a 4-point game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now Griffin on first down. Gets it to Gordon. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns have retaken the lead. And for Robert Griffin III, the first passing touchdown in a Browns uniform. Charles, so good to see him back out there, isn't it?
And do you think that maybe it was almost like a cleansing touchdown for him?
Oh, yeah.
To try, this is a brand new start in Cleveland. Now he has an opportunity to go back to being who he was as a great player coming out of Baylor, his rookie year in Washington. Can he recapture that magic? That first touchdown, that eases the way.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Going underneath, it's Coleman. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. Now Moore. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Moore now. On the screen, this is Coleman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big play there on the screen pass. 34 yards. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime.
Here we go.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll throw now on the final play. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you up to Orlando, and with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And this is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Now, look at 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. He gets it to Sims, complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Wake in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On second down, Griffin. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
3rd and 2, now Griffin. Screen play, Johnson. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. He finds Coleman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 21 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And now a first down following that long gain. Now Griffin on first down. Underneath for Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they were trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Griffin on second down. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The second-year man, Vic Beasley, able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And Crosby puts it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Xavier Cooper in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Moore now. He's got time. Going deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner. Joe Hayden with it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Griffin will try and throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They go back to the air here after the INT. He'll buy some time right. Now he's got a man complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. Well, we know he's got the speed. There he needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now Moore. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Back to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now it's Griffin, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. It looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Just go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And there's a good opportunity to just went a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So 2nd and 10 here. Coleman now. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll drop to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 76 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage. Can maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure.
And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. Back now in Miami. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. On 2nd down, Griffin. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route. Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now Griffin on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Second down now after the incompletion. Second and 10 now. Griffin. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Cameron Wake getting him once again. His third sack of the afternoon. Play fake to Johnson. Now here's Griffin. Caught. Left side. It's Barnage. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stock troops right there. And if I'm them...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So now here come the Dolphins. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Xavier Cooper able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. Moore now. And that's complete. It's Sims. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Third down now following the completed pass.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
And they're going to speed things up here. Now Moore. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from 17 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. Griffin going to give to Johnson. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. The linebacker, Koamnisi, brings him down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Even score late in the fourth. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up. They go to Johnson again. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Time for a break. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. To throw is RG3. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by the rookie Xavier Howard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why?
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They will run again with Coleman. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he's got it up and through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Corey Coleman, the 30, 10, and he's all the way in for the touchdown. I don't see any flags, Charles, and in the final stages, the return touchdown has him an extra point away from tying this up.
You're exactly right. The field is clean. It's going to count.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This fielded at the 2. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 22 yards on the pickup there. And the Dolphins have a first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football, but the guys on the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he finds Stills, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Past the 20. Cut back. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one...
And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sag. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll look to throw. He's going to let... They've got his man complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 46 yards. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Dolphins...